So how do you handle the police stops? Like, what's the interaction like?
Man, it's at first it was like, okay, cool, you know, you need to frisk me, whatever. But now I'm just like, I don't got time for this, dog. I really don't have time for this.
Hey guys, what's up? Welcome to another episode of the Melanated Files. My name is Ranzo and today we're joined by Gizmo. Tell me, like, how long have you been in Japan? And well, you're from Hamamatsu, which is in Shizuoka.
Yeah, I'm from Shizuoka. I'm originally a Trini boy from Trinidad-and-Tobago, living here in Japan for about 11 years now.
Okay, nice.
So I lived Trinidad when I was in my teens, moved to New York, then to Arizona, and I've been in Japan since 2011.
Okay.
But yeah, I'm in Hamamatsu, Japan. So
wow, so why Japan?
Well, honestly, since I was a little kid in Trinidad and Tobago growing up, I always had a fascination with I know, because only used to have like kung fu movies and thing in Jamaica. Like kick-up movies and thing.
Yeah.
So my fascination with Asian culture started with that, right?
Okay.
And you know, then I ended up falling into anime and just anime, and then anime took me to Japan. Japan and ninjas, specifically ninjas and samurai. I had a fascination with that. And then
Did you get into martial arts?
Yeah, I used to do karate.
Okay. Which belt?
Yellow belts.
Okay. I have no belt, so that's good.
I went to Purple Dragon in Barataria. Big up Trinidad, all my Trinis out there.
Okay.
Yeah, like that really started my love for Japan and the whole Japanese culture. And as I got older, you know, I looked at the language. I thought language was cool. I thought the history of Japan was cool, and I thought the women were fly. So, you know,
okay,
win-win.
So you've been there for 11 years. So tell me, like, what has your experience been like so far?
My experience, honestly, one thing I would say an outlier from my experience. I came to Japan, and the most beautiful thing about Japan is had an opportunity to meet so many different people from the diaspora. I've met people from Africa, Nigeria, Ghana. I've met people from Jamaica, Barbados, from the UK, from Canada. I've met black people from all over the world, which I would have never had an opportunity to do. But this is something that generally comes with traveling, right?
True.
But you know, as a Trini boy, I come here, I meet the other Caribbean people. So, you know, as soon as we meet, is one set of thing.
Yeah.
You know, Jamaica better, Trinidad better, And, you know, it started with that, but as time carried on, and, you know, Bajans real cool, man, Jamaicans real cool, man, and we's all one Caribbean people.
Yeah.
And, you know, I used to go out clubbing and stuff, and, like, you know, you go to Nagoya, and you meet like the African dudes fronting like they're from the US or whatever, and I used to, man, these dudes is corny, these dudes is whack or whatever, and you know, I talked to them. I was like, you know, there's black people, we all black people, we all have different stories, come from different places, but in the end we're all black people. And there was a really powerful moment when I was out drinking with a friend in Hamamatsu, and you know, I was always kind of, because, you know, obviously my blood is diluted, so I always felt like kind of a way like, yo, I want to go to Africa, but I don't really know. Like, I want to go to Ghana, but I don't really know how the people would interact with me. And it was a really powerful moment. He was like, yo, Gizmo, you a black man. You always welcome in my house. You come to my house, we'll go. You a black man, you always welcome in my house. I ain't gonna lie, your boy might have shed a tear. But it's just different, meeting different people from all over the diaspora. That have just been really cool. Like, I wouldn't have thought, I'd be like, yo, make fun of people from the UK, oh, y'all talk funny and stuff like that. But this is all my own ignorance and my lack of sophistication for not being well versed or well traveled. And that has been one of the greatest opportunities I've had being in Japan, just meeting different people in diaspora.
Okay. So when you came to Japan, what was the vehicle that you took?
Well, yeah, I did come across as an English teacher, and I actually do teach English to this day. I came across as an ALT, and for those of you who do know me, I create content on YouTube as well. And I had this segment called Japanese with Taro, which I'd speak like really vulgar Japanese, and my company got wind of it, and I got in a really, really big trouble. It ended up costing me my job.
Wow.
So I transitioned into teaching at my own private school, and that's currently what I do, along with content creation and making music and just enjoying life.
Okay, cool, nice. Wow, so they saw that. So wait, was it like the titles and metadata in Japanese? How did they come across it?
It was, what happened was like, I don't know how, but Hamamatsu is not a very big city.
True.
So everybody kind of knows everyone. So in the night scene, I have my alias, which would be Gizmo, that I go by. But I taught at these junior high schools and elementary schools for so long that, you teach my little brother. You teach my little brother. And they know like my music videos and they know I rap and stuff, so they showed their little brother my stuff, and on my channel it has my music and all my other content. And then little brother found it, was like, yo, this is crazy. Shared with all his friends their little line chats, and then bam.
So that was the last time you taught at like for like someone else, like a school or a company?
Yeah, that's the last time I taught as an ALT.
Okay. So how has it been like doing it by yourself?
Well, a little bit after the situation with the ALT thing, COVID came into effect.
Okay, yeah.
But fortunately, I networked enough within my city that, and people knew me and knew of my English teaching ability, that it didn't really affect me too much. You know, of course, I always have to, I catch in, I look in, I walk in, like I'm always grinding. But yeah, I'm fine. I'm in a good place where I have enough to financially support myself and continue to create content and do what I really like doing.
So tell me about your experience in Hamamatsu. I've been there once. I think it was once, yeah. So what has it been like being a black person in Hamamatsu for you?
Honestly, Hamamatsu is cool. I mean, it's completely different than Tokyo. Here, I'm in Tokyo, and nobody's really staring at me or anything like that. But you know, I'll walk down the street in Hamamatsu. I'll get some looks. You know,
especially when you're here.
Yeah. And police. Oh God, police love harassment.
Really?
Bad boy. What?
Wow, like
I'm telling you, every time police see me, boy, sumasen.
Really?
Yeah, man. Yeah,
wow.
Man. But that's because, I mean, you know, a
Stereotype.
black guy with dreads, and I probably got my shades on or something, so I look suspicious.
That must be annoying, man.
It's very annoying. It's very annoying. Along with you know, your general, maybe a little kid sees you and runs away or something like that. Or I mean, it doesn't happen all the time, but it happens.
Yeah. So how do you handle the police stops? Like, what's the interaction like?
Man, it's at first it was like, okay, cool, you know, you need to frisk me, whatever. But now I'm just like, I don't got time for this, dog. I really don't have time for this. In all honesty, it's faster to have them search you, but you know, I talk to other black people as well. I'm in a group, big up Adam Tokyo, big up Doc Kai, all of them. But like, they're like, yo, don't let them do that. Don't like, they don't have the authority to frisk you. And honestly, it's very, very degrading. There was a situation where I was outside of my school one time, and you know, like 4 police just swarmed on me, and it's like right in front of my school.
Wow.
So, you know, and okay, whatever you ask me, you see my Zairyu card, whatever, which is your residency card, and they're like, hey, do you mind if we search your stuff? And I'm like, yo, I didn't do anything. Why you want to search my stuff? And it's like, they're like, hey, if you didn't do anything, you don't have anything to hide, which is whatever. And as my kids are getting off and seeing me standoffish with these police officers, I'm just like, yo, bite the bullet, because I don't want this. Their parents are driving by, everybody's looking at me. Oh, there's the foreigner doing something suspicious. Yeah. So I just let them go through my stuff, and that was probably one of my most disheartening experiences in Japan. But yeah, now I'm just like, listen, I don't have time. I was like, yo, I got frisked last week. What do you want from me, dog? like I start recording. I'm respectful, of course, doing this, but I don't have the time for it. I'm tired. I'm tired of it. It's played out.
Yeah, it gets tired. That's the thing about it, right? It's like one time, okay, but if something happens, like a lot of times, it's almost like a drop of water on a piece of rock. Yeah. Right? It leaves a sort of indelible mark after a while, and that's the thing. It's like, you're here, you're fine, you're chilling. One time, okay. But every week, every 2 weeks, every month, it gets under your skin, right?
Yeah, especially since I'm in like a smaller city, so they see me and they come for me, dog. Like I'll be I remember I was jogging one time. Yeah. I saw the police car like drive by, and then it stopped and pulled to the right. I was like, whoop, well, I'm going left down this one way. You can't follow me down here. Wow. So yeah, it's just something I've had to deal with frequently, unfortunately. But for the most part, don't be disheartened by that, because living in a smaller city like Hamamatsu, people are friendly. It has its ups and downs like everywhere, but people are friendlier. people are warmer than Tokyo. Tokyo feels a little bit colder than Hamamatsu. And yeah, like I go out, I see familiar faces. We drink together, we have fun together. I think it's been a very good experience.
So,
and yeah.
Sorry, continue.
And that I taught there, and to see generations of my students growing into adults and doing different things has been really, really good. I genuinely like living in Hamamatsu. A lot of other people have been like, yo, why don't you move to Tokyo?
I was just about to ask that.
Yeah, you're trying to pursue music. What are you doing? You're over there singing in the shower and wonder why nobody can hear you, right?
yeah.
And it's like, yo, I like living there. I like the whole Matsuri vibe. I like it kind of reminds me of Trinidad in a way.
Okay.
You know, so that kind of familiar feeling, but you know, that's just me, yeah.
Okay. So any positives in terms of your experience there in Hamamatsu?
Positives?
Yeah, being a black person specifically,
well, of course, I have to go back to the experience of meeting different black people from all over, because there are. Hamamatsu is a little. Probably not as diverse as Tokyo, but there's a lot of Brazilian. There's people from all over in Hamamatsu. You have your English-speaking countries. You'll have people from Africa. You have Brazilians and other people from South America as well. So I've had an opportunity to meet a lot of different people from all over the world, and I think that's just when you have an opportunity to sit down and talk to someone, share an experience with them, share a laugh with them. It really kind of opens your mind to the beauty, the diversity, to the different things the world has to offer, you know.
I want your best and worst experience in Japan.
So let me start with the worst one first. So like I said, the police experience was definitely my worst experience, because I felt dehumanized, I felt degraded at that point. I felt like less than a person going through that. I mean, it's happened in the U.S., of course, but I think one thing about the U.S. is you're stuck inside the fishbowl, so it was normal. It was normal for me going through that kind of stuff. Okay, whatever. Black Friday night, getting pulled over, whatever. You know, hands on the wheel. You go through the dance. But in Japan, it was different, because I was like, man, this again? Like, I can't believe I'm going through this, man. Like, I ain't even do nothing. So that was definitely my worst experience. But what made it really bad was my students who were witnessing that happen.
Okay.
My best experience in Japan, I would go to the time I was talking to my friend from he's from Nigeria, and he told me that, and I felt really, really welcomed.
Yeah.
You know, because I have my reasons. I have my reasons why that is so significant to me. If you want me to elaborate.
Oh no, definitely.
Because so like you, as you say, I come in the car and you done see my redness. You done see my redness. In Trinidad, a red man would be a fellow of my lighter complexion within the diaspora, you know? So them just call me red man in Trinidad and Tobago. And growing up in Trinidad and Tobago, I was always, maybe Jamaica is the same, but I was always taught I'm Trinidadian. I was never really, my blackness was never at the forefront of the conversation until I went to the US.
Yes.
And then they was like, yo, what are you? What are you? And I was like, I'm Trinidadian.
Right.
I'm
Gizmo.
No, you're black, you're white, you're mixed.
Yeah.
What going on? No, I'm Trinidadian. So like, within my household, of course I grew up in a black household. It was never really a talking point. So going to the US, I was kind of confused. I was really never. I was like, no, I'm Trinidadian. No, are you black? No, I'm Trinidadian. What are you talking about? I'm Trinidadian.
Yeah.
And then on the next side, people tell me, oh, you not black. You Trinidadian. So it was a bit confusing to me, and it was, I think, a little bit before that I came to Japan, that I had done some reading. I read a book called The Black Diaspora. I forget the name of the author, but they really opened my eyes to me, how I stand in the world culturally. Because before I'd be like, no, I'm not black, I'm Trinidadian. I'm not black, I'm Trinidadian. Because I felt like saying I'm black meant I was American. Because the whole concept of blackness really came to me as I got to America. It's like, pick your side, right?
When I went to Canada, same thing.
Same thing. I never in Trinidad and Tobago.
It wasn't a thing. You never thought about it like that deep. Like, okay, everyone look black. You got mixed people.
Yeah, and it's normal. But you walk like a Trinidadian, you talk like a Trinidadian. You're a Trinidadian.
Yeah, precisely.
It don't matter. I went to a school.
Yep.
Indian children, Chinese children, white children, but
in one class,
all
everybody
is Trinidadian, and it was never
true.
Any kind of thing.
Yes,
but
bro.
I moved to the U.S. and then it was just like, yo, I'm telling you, first I moved to New York, right?
Yeah.
And it had one set of Trinidadians in New York, so and Jamaicans and Guyanese, so I still felt within that cultural Caribbean bubble. But as I moved to Arizona on my first day of school, woo!
Yeah.
Them little white girls was wild. I was like, what are you? You black? You know? And so after that and spending time in the US, I say all that to say this. The conversation with my friend from Nigeria was so poignant, is the word I'm looking for? Because up until that point, I felt I was, I'm black, but situations, people telling me I'm not black. I'm not black. But there I felt accepted. Okay. I felt a sense of acceptance. Even though I did not need the acceptance or people acceptance of me, because I know where I stand as myself. But at that point I felt acceptance and I felt the camaraderie. I felt the brotherhood kind of thing, Like you as a black man, as a black man, we have so many different stories, so many different languages, so many different complexions within this whole beautiful diaspora of black people that is worldwide.
Yes.
So, that is why that moment was so significant for me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice. That was beautiful, man.
Thank you.
What have you learned? Being in Japan for 11 years, over a decade, right? Like, is there anything that you've learned that you can pass on to people who are watching now?
I would say, as corny as this might sound, you gotta believe in yourself, dog. No, serious. You have to believe in yourself, cause me as a small man from the Caribbean, small island nation of Trinidad and Tobago, to move to New York, to Arizona, and to make it to Japan, something my grandparents and great-grandparents would have never even fathomed as a reality. You gotta be able to have the confidence in yourself to make that jump, because it's a little bit hard at first. Just being on your own, you're in a different nation, a different country, you can't really speak the language, but you gotta believe in your plan, because it was always my dream to live in Japan one day. It was always my dream, but you have to believe in your plan, have confidence. When things get rough, don't just call it quits. Just believe in yourself, dog. Thumbs up or something. I don't know, man.
So for instance, with the language, right? So you started studying Japanese in Japan or before?
I actually studied a little bit of Japanese in the U.S., but it really wasn't anything to phone home about. Okay. Just like self-introduction, and I like nani ga suki, sonogurai. But like as time went on, and I'll just say, meeting different people, talking to different people, dating the women here, I leveled up on the language.
Okay, so how has that been? Because people are gonna ask about like dating in Japan. Like, what's your take on that? Your experience?
Well, I mean, not to blow my own trumpet, but you're red skin boy. I never really had a problem with dating women anywhere. Oh God, sorry. They gonna downvote that.
No, but if it's the truth, it's the truth, right?
It's the truth. It's the truth. But I never really had issue. Actually, coming in Tokyo, it was relatively easy, because I was normally the fella in the States, liming in the back of the club, just coasting, and girl come to me and sing. But I came to Tokyo, like I ain't got no problem. But when I moved to Hamamatsu, it's different, because Hamamatsu, women aren't as direct as Western women.
Oh, I see.
The small you have to be more aggressive. Not PC Gizmo here. Not aggressive in your approach, but you have to be more forward in your approach with women. And me being the coast kind of fella, I was in the Caribbean, and the coast kind of fella I was in the States. It was at first, like my first few months, it was a little bit difficult for me to actually date. But once you get the language down, not completely down, but once you understand the culture and understand the language a little bit better, it's relatively easy to, you know.
So you'll never move to Tokyo?
No, I've never moved to Tokyo.
So you think it's Hamamatsu for, well, life? I guess you don't know.
I don't know. Hopefully where I would like to see myself in the future is I would like to have maybe some property in Hamamatsu, or not necessarily Hamamatsu, but in Japan, have a piece in Trinidad and Tobago and somewhere in the US so I could, you know, triangulate between the three.
Okay.
So that's what I'm aiming for. Hopefully in the future, I'm able to create. I don't need to be some super famous dude. I just need to be sustainable. So be able to provide for myself, provide for my family. Hopefully, at the end of the day, what I want to do is I want to go back to Trinidad and create, because I'm from Curep, Trinidad. I'm from Curep. Big up Curep, all my Curep people. Go home and, you know, make something, because I didn't really have much as a kid, man. Like, to think that I would be where I am now, you know, because I'd always want to be an actor. I'd always wanted to make music.
Give the man a role.
Create.
Give the man a role.
Yeah,
You're watching this. Give him a role.
Check man.
Give him a role.
But as a young Caribbean boy, that is a kind of delusional idea, right? You know, your grandmother tell you, boy, what study? Go and study.
Yeah.
You're stupid. You go be in a movie. You're mad.
Yep.
So you know, coming to Japan reinvigorated me with that sense of confidence in myself. Yo, I'm in Japan. I could do this. You know, like I'm here by myself. I could do this.
Yeah.
And from that point, I started focusing more towards that. But I would like to go back to Trinidad and hopefully open up a community center or something where, you know, kids could make music or get on their little YouTube grind with equipment or something. That's the end goal, is to give back to my community.
Okay.
Which would be in Trinidad and Tobago. So yeah.
Okay. Were there any misconceptions about Japan that were like sort of like dispelled when you finally moved here?
Yeah, man. Japan has this reputation of course, being everyone's being very friendly, respectful. But after a while, I came to realize that the respect is very face value. They do a lot of things, I feel like personally, maybe at the school this is just me, PC Gizmo here talking, but they do it because they have to do it. You know, like I stated in a video, one of my other videos with Tally, that there was a teacher at my school that despised me. She loathed me, right? And I got sick one day. And the next day I came to school and she was like, "Daijoubu desu ka? Gizmo daijoubu? Hontoni daijoubu nano?" And I was like, watch my hands. Because she did not like me at all. She didn't like me.
Why?
So, but it's she being the lead English teacher at the school, she has to have that facade of concern, even though, you know, she would just be bad talking me and stuff like that. So yeah, that was, I always thought, I came to visit Japan in 2005 and again in 2009, and I was like, wow, Japan is so clean, people are so respectful, so concerned. But as I've been here for a decade, I could see it's just kind of the mask of, hey, I have to do this because it's what's expected of me within our culture and community, you know.
Okay.
Good.
So, okay, any tips then that you've learned? You know, like for instance, you spoke about your school, the environment there. Any tips in terms of like how to navigate life in Japan that you think you can arm people with?
Of course, if you come into Japan, you need to learn the language. Learn the language. It will. I mean, I've met so many different people, so many other foreigners that have been here for decades that can't speak a lick Japanese. And a lot of these people generally are not satisfied with their quality of life. So, it's when in Rome, do as the Romans do. Exactly. So you can't come across here and expect to get through, and you can't talk the language at all. But like that is going to be the best part to having a good quality of life here in Japan. Also, I would say definitely this: do not fall into the gaijin bubble, where you meet other foreigners and they speak the same language as you, and you're just in this bubble. You do everything with them. You're kind of isolated from actually being in Japan, even though you're in Japan, because everyone speaks English. You know, you don't really, you got to get out of your bubble. You're in Japan, experience the culture, experience the life, eat the food. It's a once in a lifetime opportunity, and you could learn not only a lot about a different culture, but you could also learn a lot about yourself. You know, when you're taken out of your bubble, and you have to deal with different things. So yeah.
What about you personally? How have you sort of integrated yourself within the community in terms of becoming part of the Japanese culture, let's say, or partaking in it?
Yeah. Well, Gizmo as the artist, in Hamamatsu I rap. I rap with the other rappers in Hamamatsu. Like there's been times they asked me to do like a drop for them, or like, yo, this lyric cool, like check this lyrics, and like just like that, like go to their events, and like I perform live and stuff. So within the hip hop community within my city, like, I'm there. But as far as I feel like I really do need to do more to maybe shatter some stereotypes that people have of black people within that small environment. But generally when I teach the kids, I teach them not only English, but I teach them just kind of like life things. You show them different faces when they're, because I don't know if you taught English or not, but generally when you open these books, it's just like white faces.
Yep.
It's just white faces, right? So when I do my lessons, I show them different faces of different people. Just show them different things. Just the more you know, the more you grow. So more experience, and yeah, just get rid of some of these archaic ideals that people hold on to within this country, that like, black people are scary, you don't look like me, that's scary. Hopefully through their interactions with me, they'll meet another person and be like, yo, there's good people all over, there's bad people all over, but people is people, and you need to know, you can't judge a book by the cover, okay? See.
How do you do your hair?
As a Caribbean man, there's no set and forget it. This is as not a bobo rasta. Just normal. Just, I didn't comb my hair and it turned into a ras. And
so how do you keep it? How do you maintain it?
Just the only thing I does do is when I wash my hair, it does I don't want it to turn into one massive ras now. So I just break it. Just break it apart like that, but I don't do anything with my hair.
So wait, so you don't go to like a salon or anything?
No,
oh,
boss.
Wow.
This is a ratchet ras. This isn't a lock and twist. This is a ratchet ras.
Okay. So a natural thing.
Yeah, just natural thing, man. And that's because, I'm from Trinidad. I might not be Rastafarian but I respect certain aspects of it to do it away. But my hair, essentially, to me, is a representation of my roots, is a representation of legacy, because normally when you see a black man, them does watch it like is a dirtiness or something like that, but that's not the case. So, just this is me as a Trinidadian man just representing that,
How about like Trinidad food? Can you find it in Hamamatsu?
No.
So in Japan at all?
Actually I think it's have some restaurants in Tokyo, but coming to Japan, I started cooking.
Okay.
I want, I'm far from home. I can't get home. If I want food, I have to make it myself. So,
Okay, so you learned here.
Yeah, doing my thing, boy. It does come out halfway decent.
Okay.
Halfway decent.
Can you find the ingredients here easily?
There's Brazilian restaurants in Hamamatsu. So coming across certain ingredients isn't too difficult. But like a lot of our cooking, like there's coconut milk. I can't find shadow benny, so I have to substitute. When I'm making kalaloo, I just use spinach.
Okay.
So because I can't get dasheen bush.
So Gizmo, right? Tell them where they can find you online.
Well, considering a lot of people don't like leaving the platform they're currently on, you can of course find me on YouTube as Gizmo D Trini. That's Gizmo DETRINY. You can also find me on The Kuro Couch, is where we talk about our lives in Japan as black people, our experiences, me and Tally. It's a lot of, the way I like to say it, I say it's the finest of ignorance about living life in Japan, because we do a lot of righteous and ratchet. But find me on Gizmo de Trini and The Kuro Couch, KUROKOUCH.
All right, Gizmo, thanks for coming on.
Oh, no problem. Thank you for having me.
Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a big thumbs up, and remember to subscribe to this channel for more videos like this. Until next time, bye for now.
Be gone. Peace. Later.